Welcome! In this video, we discuss the Heartbleed vulnerability and show how mobile users can mitigate the risks when using their mobile devices to connect to the enterprise's network and applications. Heartbleed is an OpenSSL vulnerability that ultimately enables an attacker to extract the encrypted credentials of a victim and other sensitive information. The vulnerability lies within what's called an SSL heartbeat, which occurs during an encrypted session between the client and the server. It's designed to keep the session alive without needing to always authenticate. The heartbeat itself is a client message that requests the server to send back a certain type and amount of data. The problem? When the data the server is requested to send does not exist. The server then may extract other types of information that a client should not be able to access. An attack, leveraging the Heartbleed vulnerability, can be used to extract data from a mobile device's working memory. At Lacoon Mobile Security, we found that many enterprise apps, such as MDMs, secure wrappers, and firewalls, contain the Heartbleed vulnerable library. The problem gets worse by the fact that heartbeat messages don't require the sender's authentication. As a result, it's difficult to identify when the vulnerability is exploited. And once exploited, an attacker can steal, with each message, up to 64K of data in memory. This data leakage can include anything, from passwords to private cryptographic keys and other sensitive data. What can enterprises do to mitigate the Heartbleed risk for mobile devices? As a first step, identify which devices are impacted. Most Android devices running Android 4.1.1 are vulnerable. Other versions of Android might also be affected if the handset vendor chose to integrate OpenSSL versions that contain the Heartbleed vulnerability. Then, test to see if any of the installed apps on your mobile device are vulnerable, because even if you found your device operating system was safe, if an application on that device is vulnerable, then the data from that device's connection and apps can still be exposed. Third, you need to prioritize your remediation activities. You need a way to determine which risks demand your attention first, so you can effectively allocate and maximize your resources as you work to minimize your risks. Last, make sure you have the ability to stop exploits and block data from getting out of your organization. This allows you to buy yourself some time as you work to update and patch your OS and applications, without putting your sensitive information at risk. Lacoon MobileFortress provides automatic mitigation for the Heartbleed vulnerability. How? First, Lacoon performs an on-device scan to determine whether the Android operating system is vulnerable. At the same time, Lacoon's cloud-based advanced app reputation engine scans the apps installed on the device to identify whether any are vulnerable to Heartbleed. Based on its device and cloud-based analysis, Lacoon assigns a risk score to each device, which is displayed as a dashboard alert and gives IT administrators insight into all the devices and apps that are at risk. When the OS itself is vulnerable, the risk score is high. When it is the apps that are vulnerable, the risk score is defined as medium. This scoring helps IT prioritize how they are going to allocate remediation resources. Lacoon can ensure data is not stolen by enabling network protection for those high risks. Network protection redirects traffic from high-risk devices to the Lacoon Secure Gateway, which can drop the Heartbleed-related traffic. This buys IT time, knowing that their data is safe, while they go about patching and updating all the affected devices and apps to close out the security incident. On the screen in front of you, you can see an example of what Lacoon customers see in their dashboard when the Heartbleed vulnerability is detected. It's all at their fingertips, making it easy and cost-effective to address and mitigate the Heartbleed vulnerability in their mobile environment. Thank you. If you'd like more information, email us at the address provided on screen, request a demo on our site, or follow us on Twitter for current mobile security updates.